Leave a like on this video within the next 5 seconds for 2K to finally fix their servers. I would not risk it.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
Yo, what's up to YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back in the video with yet another video. Today, I am coming at you guys with the best 99 overall method. And on the screen, you're probably gonna be seeing clips of literally my different XP I've been getting, literally leveling up all the way to when I started getting a lot of PT and I was getting a consistent 80K a game. Now, when it comes to how you play when you're starting to get a lot of PT, you can literally either sim out, play the full game. It really depends on what you rather. I played pretty much a combination of full game and simming out so I can get as many games as possible, because I did eventually get the gym rat badge. If you guys want me to drop the tutorial for that, I can do that also. But in today's video, I'm gonna be going over everything that you need to know to be able to hit 99. First thing we're gonna have to talk about is hitting 95, because the process is very similar. There's just a couple of different things what you gotta do when it comes to shooting, finishing, playmaking, and defense. So yeah, man, I'm gonna be going over everything in deep detail per usual. I'm even gonna have the bad suggestions in this video. Again, I know y'all be kind of iffy with that joint, but people don't like when I put it at the beginning, so I'm gonna throw it at the end of the video. But main thing we're gonna be talking about in this video is going to be going over what you need to do to hit 95, then what you need to do to hit 99. So when it comes to hitting 95, before we go too far, I need to go ahead and go over the fact that you want to make sure that you're going for your Hall of Fame badges, because that's going to get you the most XP. Because if you're going for a specific badge, that's different. But if you're going for 99 to get the most XP per game total, you want to pretty much focus on whatever badge category you get Hall of Fame. So basically, if you only get one badge category and it's playmaking, you need to go for as much playmaking XP as possible. If you get shooting and finishing, you need to get for as much shooting and finishing as possible. You get as defense and playmaking, you need to get as much defensive and playmaking as possible. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go over in deep detail what's the best thing to do for the finishing, the shooting, the playmaking, and defense, and give you guys some good methods to do it at the highest possible ability. So yeah, man, without further ado, let's go ahead, hop straight into it.
I got digital dash, can't ride with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flooded with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, right through your block and I drop off the top and I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitch is.
Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple. If you're looking to get your badges grinded on NBA 2K21, hit up Star Grinders on Twitter and Instagram. The link will be in the description. Alright, so yeah, man, we got another giveaway on the channel. It's part 2, but you know what time it is. Banger Week. We ain't had Banger Week in forever. So, for this week's Banger Week is going to be pretty much the first week of 2K21. And pretty much for the Banger Week is going to be giving away a regular edition of NBA 2K21. So, literally all you got to do to enter this giveaway is just be following me on Twitter, like and retweet the post, reply to the tweet showing proof that you are subscribed with noties, and you're entered into the giveaway. And this is for people that have 2K and don't have 2K. If you have 2K, I'm gonna just give you a $60 code. You can use that for VC, whatever you want to use it. You can even buy a different game with that. I'm gonna give you a code for whatever console you're on. But for the people that don't have 2K, I'm gonna just give you 2K. It's that simple. But yeah, man, this is gonna be ending in a week. I'm gonna be doing another giveaway after this one, and then yeah, that's gonna be it for the year. One more thing before we get into the method, I want to show you guys what I am to show y'all proof that I'm a 99. I'm not gonna be dropping a 99 overall method. I'm not 99. So this is my stats at 95. So by the way, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to get shooting badges on your builds, and this is my stats, and I'm gonna be using this build. So this is my stats at 95. And then this is my stats at 99. Now, I do have gym rat badge. Like I said, if you guys want that tutorial, go ahead, just let me know. And I got max badges on every category. So yeah, man, I'm just letting you know I'm gonna be coming out with badge tutorials for y'all and everything. So just let me know how fast y'all want that joint. I can come out with that gym rat badge as soon as possible. But one more thing, when it comes to this build, I want to be able to tell you guys that I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly how to get everything that you really want in this game. And I'm gonna be using this build, all the stuff from to 95, then to 99. And yeah, also another thing when it came to this thing that's very important, I want y'all to understand this. I could have had this video out sooner, but I made a build with the wrong takeover. I pretty much had shot creator on a build thinking that I would get plus 10 to my 3 with plus 10 to my mid-range, and you don't get plus 10 to your 3 on shot creator takeover no more. So I had to remake that build after I had that at 90 the first day. Then I had to regrind an entirely new build, buy VC, upgrade them, grind that build all the way to 95, then get that build all the way to 99. So for that alone, man, before we get into this method, man, go ahead, hit that like button, drop me a sub. I went as hard as I can to be able to get this method out to y'all boys. Y'all know I go crazy with this every single year, so it's only right. Alright, first things first is going to be the settings that you want to play with to hit 99 as fast as possible. Now, people say all the time that if you play on Pro, All-Star, Superstar, Hall of Fame, it does not matter. It doesn't change anything for your badge progress. We're not worried about badge progress. We're trying to get to 99. And it tells you every single time, if you look at the little Y or triangle card that it shows you at the end of games, it's going to tell you that you're getting 1.6 times for like your total my points. Now, does that change your badge progress? I don't believe it does anything to your badge progress, but I know for a fact that you're going to get more in total because I've done way more on Pro than I did on Hall of Fame, and I didn't even get like divided by 3 of what I usually get. Like I would get like a regular 25K or 30K or even maybe a 35K on a good game. I can get above 80K on Hall of Fame. So what I would tell you to do is put your stuff on Hall of Fame, put it on 12-minute quarters. If you are trying to grind for something, you want to get into 10 games to be able to get like your little team practice facility drills and be able to do whatever drill you want. Put it on 5-minute quarters off rip. And then after you get to your 10th game, put it to 12-minute quarters so you can get as much XP as possible per game so you can get these joints out the way. But if you want to grind for like other things like gym rat badge, you can do whatever you want with that. But my advice would be to strictly tell you, you want to go ahead, put that joint on 12 minutes in Hall of Fame. Alright, so first things first is going to be for the finishing. So finishing, for all the people that get Hall of Fame finishing badges, this is what you need to be worried about. If you're not getting finishing Hall of Fame badges, you really don't need to worry about this because you're not going to get as much. But yeah, for the finishing, the 2 things that you definitely need to consider doing as much as possible every single time you get the opportunity is get a contact dunk or just pretty much catch a lob from anyway. If you throwing a lob to yourself or if you catching a lob from your teammate, it's really either or. Now, with that being said, there is caps to this, but with that being said, we don't know the caps yet. Now, when it comes to finishing, you're gonna get XP for pretty much anything you do when it comes to finishing. So if you do a layup, a regular dunk, a hop step dunk, a hop step layup, anything that has to do with finishing, you're gonna get XP to that. But if you want to get the most, I would say go with contact dunks and lobs. So pretty much every single time when it came to lobs, I didn't really call for, like if my teammate was on the fast break with me, I'll call for a lob. But if I was on the fast break by myself, like say for instance I get like a passing lane steal, I was throwing that lob to myself. But when it came to contact dunks, what I did, I pretty much did like a pick and roll every single time. Either I threw the lob or I tried to get a contact dunk or I just did a regular dunk. So it pretty much depends on how you want to play with that, you know what I'm saying? You can do contact dunks. I feel like from what I've seen, contact dunks gets you the most XP total, but it's like just random. It just really depends on if somebody's even in the paint for you to get it. But if you have a build that's like mine, it's gonna be very easy for you to get contact dunks. All you gotta do is really just find your go-to move, like I always say in these contact dunk tutorials. What I'm gonna do again, I'm gonna do another one of those coming very soon, just stay tuned for that. But yeah, you just want to make sure that you get the best speed boost possible, get you some speed going to the rim, and just try to get you a contact dunk every single time. If you can't do that, like I said, go for lobs. If you can't do that, just do a regular dunk, a Euro layup, a Euro dunk, a hop step layup, a hop step dunk. It really depends on you, however you want to do, whatever you can do, whatever is easiest for you. That low-key kind of rhymed, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, when it comes to the finishing, man, you just gotta understand that you need to focus on what's really important. I'm just gonna say that. You need to focus on what's really important, and that's lobs and contact dunks. Alright, next for the shooting. The shooting has a lot of different things you can do for it. A lot of people say it's harder, but now that they've nerfed the difficulty, man, I'm not even gonna lie, man. pro difficulty might be harder to win on than the Hall of Fame. I'm not gonna lie, for me it is, at least, because everyone hits shots. Now, do I win every game? Yeah, but like the other team is greening everything. My team's greening everything, so I guess it kind of does counteract. But with that being said, if you want to get your shooting badges, what I would say is put it on pro or all-star difficulty. Is very, very easy to shoot. I was able to shoot on a build that literally has below a 65 three-point rating. So I know if I can shoot on that, you can shoot on yours very, very easily. And that's threes, mid-ranges, whatever you want to do. Now, first things first, what I would do, the easiest thing to do is pretty much go up the court, pass to your teammate, be in a good position to be able to catch that joint right back, and he's not going to be able to bump you. Catch it, do like a jab step to like get him off you. Keep doing it until he pretty much like moves back just a little bit so you can get some space, and just pull it. It's just that simple. Just pull it every single time. Do that. Sometimes you got to literally just sit there and wait to see if he's going to kind of try to close the space, because some people, they like to close the space, like Klay Thompson. He's going to like to try to close the space. But if you get like a really bad person on you, they're going to just pretty much just let you do that and back up every single time and just let you shoot right over them. So another thing that you can do when it comes to the shooting, every single fast break, you can do like the little quick stop, which is pretty much just tapping L2 or LT and just doing a stop and pop on the fast break and just pulling, because you're going to have an open shot on that joint almost every single time. It's just that simple. But if those two things aren't working for you, the most broken, the most easiest thing to do in the game for shooters is getting fades. So every single time you get a wide open fade, just take it. Even if it's a three, a mid-range, it doesn't really matter, because, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be getting shooting Hall of Fame badges. So I would expect you to be able to shoot. So, yeah. So I'm going to go over badges that will help you be able to do this stuff. So obviously, difficult shots will help you fade. Range extender would be the best thing. But yeah, so I'm giving you 3 pretty good methods. So pretty much stop and pops on fast breaks, fades anytime that you have an open opportunity, or doing a little triple that stuff to be able to get the man off you to get open shots. Now, what gets you the most XP possible when it comes to shooting? Really, first thing first that you need to understand is that you don't want to miss. You want to be able to limit as many misses as possible. It's just that simple. If you're missing, you're going to get less XP. The less you miss, the most XP you're going to possibly get. Another thing that you need to know, limitless range threes is going to get you the most XP for shooting. So you want to make sure that you get limitless range threes. That's why I told you first 2 things was pretty much the triple that thing to be able to jag, keep people off you, or doing stop and pop threes on fast breaks, because that's going to get you the most XP. Next, actually, is going to be pretty much like any type of difficult shot. So pretty much if you do anything like that, it's going to be giving you more XP. But if you do difficult shots on the 3-point line, it's going to get you more XP than if you're doing it on the mid-range. So you got to keep that in mind. But yet again, the most important thing when it comes to this, you need to understand, the more you miss, the less XP you're going to get for your shooting. The less you miss, it's going to maximize your potential XP. So yeah. All right, next is going to be the shooting method, pretty much for people that's not really shooters. So if you're not a shooter, you really got to know what you're doing. So what I did was I just pretty much went with the flow, got as many finishing and playmaking on my build. So what I really did was, since this was before they even passed it, you can now shoot on this joint. So if you want to shoot, you can, you know what I'm saying? But what I did was I pretty much just kept going for my badges. And as I was going for my badges, I was getting fouled so much, I was getting almost 20 to 30 free throws a game. What you want to do is make as many free throws a game as possible. But another really, really important thing that you need to know, for all my non-shooters, play 10 games. Now, if you have to play the first 10 games on like 5-minute quarters to get the games over as possible, you know what I'm saying? Do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. When you get to your practices, you need to take advantage of free throw golf every single time, because sometimes you're going to have these things where legends come in there and it's going to make it go ×3, which is what kind of happened when I'm showing it on screen. But yeah, you need to maximize your free throw golf. It's just that simple. It's very important, especially for non-shooting builds. So yeah. And all right, next for the people that really have Playmaking Hall of Fame badges, like I said in the other ones, if you don't have this Hall of Fame, you don't really need to worry about this. You need to be worried about the badges that you do get Hall of Fame. That's pretty much going to get you the most XP possible, because we're trying to get to 95 as soon as possible, so then we can get on that grind in 99. So yeah, for the playmaking, it's pretty much the same thing as last year. You want to do lobs, you want to do flashy passes, but you need to know what you need to do. So what you need to do, first things first, you want to either go to either hash, call for a screen. You can either do ISO first or call for a screen. I like doing ISO first, calling for a screen, or sometimes I don't even call ISO and I just call for a screen. And then I pretty much just try to run baseline. Sometimes you have people in the corner. Just make sure that you don't pretty much get that joint stolen from the person in the corner trying to bump steal you. But yeah, just run straight to the rim so you can get an attack assist and throw the lob. And if you get into turnover, that's fine. You're gonna get turnovers. It's not gonna be perfect, but like just make sure if you trying to go for playmaking, go for as many lob assists as possible. The cap last year was 25. That's what I would say, but I didn't really get too many games above 25 assists, and I still was getting a lot of XP. So if you're going for a lot of lob assists, I'm pretty sure you can get that. But lob assists, flashy pass assists are definitely the two best things to get. But if you go ahead and get those attack assists on top of that, you're going to get a lot of XP. It's just that simple. So, yeah. Another thing for the playmaking, which is what I did, I combine my playmaking with my finishing. So pretty much what I would do, I would pretty much be as far away from the three-pointer line as possible. Call for a screen on either side. I would probably either call ISO first, then call for a screen on whatever side is pretty much more open. Sometimes I would use the screen. Sometimes I would go away from the screen depending on how my big man was playing. So first things first, what I would really do is I would make sure I call for the screen. I would check. I would do a couple test ones. I would either get the contact dunk, or I would throw the lob. So if you really want to be able to throw the lob as much as possible, what you want to do is make sure you call for the screen in a position where you're not going to have to use the screen, because you want him to just pretty much roll instantly or pretty much do like a slip as soon as you start running. Sometimes it's not going to work. Sometimes it is. But this is a very good way to do it. Make sure it's spaced out. And like I said earlier, Mavs is a good team to go to be able to do this at a very, very high rate. Then when it comes to the flashy passes, what I do those on is pretty much fast break. So pretty much if somebody's wide open on the fast break, I flashy pass that almost every single time. So yeah, especially if they're already down the court, because you don't want to do too far of lobs to limit your turnovers as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to lose nothing for it, but at the same time, you want to be able to maximize every single possession. So yeah, you got to keep that in mind. All right, next, last but not least, before we get into the pretty much the 99 overall method after you reach 95, what you really want to do is going to be for the defensive rebounding badge method. So it's pretty much not even a method for this. You know what I'm saying? What you really want to do is just play defense. It's really just that simple, but it's not that simple. You want to make sure that you pretty much pressing full court at all times, trying to get as many bump steals as possible. So you can go into a zone that's going to help you get as many bump steals as possible, or you can go to a zone that's going to get you as many rebounds as possible. You can go to a zone that's going to get you as many blocks as possible. You know what I'm saying? What I'd like to do is I like going to either a 2-3 or a 3-2 so I can play full court and get as many bump steals as possible, because you can get way more than 10 steals a game on Hall of Fame doing that the whole game. Just what you want to do is make sure you don't foul. So because if you foul, you're going to play less minutes. But yeah, so pretty much for the defensive rebounding, if you want to get the most XP possible, you're going to have to pretty much just play defense, which what I mean is it's not as simple as just playing defense. You have to get as many steals, as many blocks, and as many rebounds as possible. So what I do, like I said, I play full court at all times to get as many bump steals as possible. For big men, what you're going to want to do is you're probably going to want to play like a 2-3, so that they're literally guarding the three-point line as much as possible, but they're going to be literally funneling them to you so that you can get as many blocks as possible and as many rebounds as possible, especially if you're playing center. Now, if you're playing like power forward, you're probably going to... I don't even think centers and power forwards can even change the stuff, so you probably just got to play regular and just hope for the best and just pretty much block bait and rebound bait. Go for as many rebounds as possible, especially on offense and defense. So yeah, rebounding is kind of more simple than everything else. But yeah, another thing I would say for the defensive rebounding, I feel like getting it in my career is like, it's not going to be the same as trying to get it at like the rec. You can get it at the rec and just get badges a lot faster and a lot more fun. You can get it at the park, especially when people were shooting bad. You could have got it, you know what I'm saying? Now that everybody hitting all these whites now, I'm not really sure if you're going to get it as fast now, but I'm going to just say you can definitely probably try to play park, rec, or anything like that. Even 3v3 Pro-Am. 3v3 Pro-Am hands out a lot of badge XP. 3v3 Pro-Am might be the way for defensive rebounding. So if you're looking to get your defensive rebounding badges, I'm just going to say this right now. You want to get as many blocks, steals, rebounds. And if whatever you think you're going to get the most out of from playing Park, 3v3 Pro-Am, or even playing Rec, do that. I think 3v3 Pro-Am actually hands out the most total XP, so I would look into that if I was you. But yeah. All right, next, hopping into the method to hit 99 after you've reached 95. Now, this is pretty simple. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's pretty simple. The settings you want to go with is going to be pro 5-minute quarters. For me, I played on Hall of Fame because it's just more fun for me, you know what I'm saying? Pro, I don't like seeing the CPU hitting all them crazy shots. I don't know about it. Now, if you play on Hall of Fame, your teammate's not gonna hit anything. The CPU not gonna hit nearly as much. They still gonna hit some crazy stuff every now and then. But on Pro, I don't know what they did to it, but that Pro crazy. Like the shots the CPUs be hitting in their joint, it's crazy. So it's really on you though, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you think you're gonna get the most stats in, that's what I would put it on. So if Hall of Fame is too hard for you, just go ahead and put that joint on Pro. That's gonna be very easy for you to score, whether you're doing shooting, finishing, playmaking, doesn't really matter. But what you really want to focus on is limiting your turnovers, your fouls, and you want to have the highest grade possible and get as many stats as possible. What I really just went for was just as many points as possible, and I still got a 99.9 every single game. It was really hard for me not to get it, especially if I didn't lose. I didn't lose any of these games, by the way, so if you lose, you might have a harder chance at getting 99, but since I didn't lose, what I would say is just win, get a highest grade possible. And by the way, in none of these games I don't think I even got above an A-, so you don't necessarily have to have an A+. Just make sure you don't have nothing below like a C, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure that you getting as many points as possible, as many assists as possible. And yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna take you a couple games. Now when it comes to like that first one trying to get to 96, I believe I was getting 0.4. Then when it came to get to 97, I think I was getting like 0.3 a game. And then when it came to going to 98, I think it was like 2.5. And then when it was going for that 99 bar, it was definitely 2 or 0.2 per game. So for the last one, it took me like 5. To get to 98, it took me like 4. Then for 97, it took me like 3. And then for 96, it took me like 3. Around 3, 4, and like 5. So yeah, man, it's gonna take you a couple games to reach 99, but just put that on the lowest minutes possible, the easiest difficulty possible. Now you can't get this at the park, you can't get this at the rec, you can't get this at the Pro M3v3, but that's gonna be a little bit iffy, you know what I'm saying? The safest bet I would say to do this so that you can get a 99.9 every single time, because it seemed to me like it was very hard to not get that, you know what I'm saying? So I would just play my career, put it on Pro, 5-minute quarters, get as many stats as possible, highest teammate grade possible every single game, make sure that you win, and you should get a 99.9 every single time. Alright, now so next all we gotta do is go over the badge suggestions. And these badge suggestions, let me say this, man, a lot of people, every single time I do this, every single year, y'all act like y'all definitely just need these badges. You don't. These are just gonna help these methods be a lot easier to do. So first badge we're gonna go over is Slowly Finisher. Slowly Finisher is gonna get you the best animation every single time. It's gonna make you dunk a lot more, so that's obviously gonna help you with the finishing side. Next is going to be Relentless. When you're in these long games, you're getting fatigued, Relentless Finisher is gonna help you be able to get those layups, those dunks, those lobs, whatever you're trying to do, be able to make those as much as possible. So yeah, man, if you're going in the game, playing long games, even on 5-minute quarters, because on 5-minute quarters, I feel like the fatigue is even worse. So yeah, you're definitely going to need a badge like Relentless Finisher to cancel out the stamina issue in this game. Next is going to be Contact Finisher. This is going to be the badge that you want to have if you're going for contact dunks and get as many posters as possible. So yeah, Contact Finisher is going to be a very important badge to help you get as many contact dunks as possible. And next, this is a badge you don't necessarily have to have because I didn't use it, but Lob City Finisher. You can definitely put this on if you want to be able to have the highest success rate as possible on lobs. Go ahead, throw on that Lob City Finisher. All right, next, moving on to the shooting. We're going to go over the first badge we're going to go over is Range Extender. Like I was saying, if you want to get the most badge progress for shooting, you're going to have to shoot those deep shots. Range Extender is going to help your range be as deep as possible, and it's going to make it that much easier to shoot within your range. So yeah, man, Range Extender is going to be a very important badge to be using. Next, this is a badge you don't necessarily have to have, but it's going to make it a lot easier. It's difficult shots. It's going to really be making all those fades, spin jumpers, anything that you want to do, but you're going to get you a lot of XP. But I said if you want to do it on 3-point line, it's going to get you even more, and you don't want to miss it. So I would go ahead and put difficult shots if you have the badge points to spare. So yeah, difficult shots is going to really be a good badge to use for this method. Next is going to be actually a very important badge. No matter how many badge upgrades you use, and if you're playing my career, this is a very good shooting badge to use. The more shots you take, the higher percentage of the shot going in. So yeah, man, volume shooter. So if you're playing my career, you're probably gonna be getting up at least 25 shots a night, especially on 12-minute quarters. If you're playing 12-minute quarters, you might get 50 shots a night. So yeah, man, volume shooter is gonna really be very good and useful in my career. All right, next, we already know how the CPU be going crazy in my career, trying to do double teams, all that. So to pretty much limit the shot contest as much as possible. You want to put on that dead eye so you can be able to get as many open shots as possible, so you can be able to get as many greens as possible and make as many shots as possible. Because like I said, the more misses you get, the less points you'll have. So yeah. All right, next, moving on to the playmaking side. First badge is going to be pretty much a badge that you can use for shooting, finishing, or playmaking, or even on defense. Quick first step is going to really help you get open for threes, to help you get more shooting. Pretty much going to help you be able to get open for, or even get as many contact dunks as possible, because if you want to get contact dunks, you have to be able to be fast and get speed boost to be able to gain enough momentum to even be able to get contact dunks. And this is going to also be able to help you to make the defense actually draw to you, so you can throw lobs or throw flashy passes to get people wide open and stuff like that. So yeah, man, quick first step is definitely one of the most important badges to have when trying to do any of these methods. All right, next is another important badge to have, which is handles for days. It's going to be a very good badge to help you pretty much limit the stamina issue in this game, especially when it comes to trying to be able to dribble and speed boost and stuff like that. You want your stamina to be as high as possible at all times. So yeah, man, handles for days is going to be a very good badge for that. All right, next, like I said, when it came to the playmaking, you really want to be able to throw lobs or flashy so you can get as many assists as possible, and you want to get it in the right way. So if you want to be able to throw the best lobs, Lob City Passer is going to help. Now, I've seen for people it helps. For me, it didn't really do, like, I'm not going to cuss, but like, it really didn't do much at all to help me. If anything, as soon as I put it on, it got worse. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe that's just my build. I don't know. But yeah, Lob City Passer should help you, but for me personally, it didn't. But you can take the chances with it. Next is Flashy Passer. This is going to really be a lot of ways it can help you. It can help you get takeover, so you can be able to get way crazier type stuff going on. It'd be easier to get contact dunks, or easier to get people open, like help people make their shots if you have playmaker takeover, or even help you able to pretty much shoot better because you have sharp take or whatever. But yeah, Flash Passer is not only going to help you get takeover, but it's also going to help you be able to complete flashy passes a lot more, and it might even give them a better pass so that they can even get a better shot off. So yeah, Flashy Passer is another badge that could help. All right, next, moving on to the defensive side. First badge I'm going to talk about is Rebound Chaser. Rebound Chaser is going to help you get as many boards as possible, and rebounds is very important when it comes to getting defensive badge upgrades, and that's going to really help you get to 99 if you have Hall of Fame defensive badges. So yeah, you definitely want to have on Rebound Chaser so you can get as many rebounds as possible. Next is going to be Pickpocket. If you want to get bump steals, any type of on ball steals, poke ball loose steals, Pickpocket is going to really have that being at the highest percentage possible for every time you try to reach and stuff like that. So Pickpocket is going to definitely help you get as many steals as possible. Next is going to be Interceptor. It's going to be the way you get your steals in the passing lanes, be able to intercept any type of passing lane steals and stuff like that. So yeah, man, you definitely want to have on Interceptor. It's going to really make a big difference in pretty much how well you're going to be able to play on defense when it comes to the passing lane. So yeah. All right, next we're going to be going over pretty much the badges to get blocks, and this is going to be pretty much the last couple badges we're going to go over for the badge suggestions before we end off this video. First badge is going to be Rim Protector. This is going to really be able to help you get more block animations, improve your players' ability to block shots, and yes, even gonna help you get takeover and your teammates. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a very good badge to help you get as many blocks as possible. It's gonna be able to put you in so many different animations. And yeah, man, remember that there is probably the most important badge when it comes to getting blocks that you definitely should have on. Next is going to be Chase Down Artist. This is going to be pretty much for in case you see anyone going to the rim, you can pretty much just try to go get that block anytime possible with Chase Down Artist. And this year, I don't even remember if it did this last year, but it says it boosts the speed and leaping ability. I don't remember anything but leaping ability, but maybe it did say speed of a player when he is chasing down an offensive player in anticipation of a block attempt. So yeah, man, Chase Down Artist is going to be really good to just help you get as many chase down blocks as possible. So yeah, if you want to get as many blocks as possible, you want to have on Chase Down Artist and Rim Protector. And all right, last but not least, before we go ahead and end off this video, is going to be a badge that got nerfed, probably up there with the most nerfed badge in this game besides pretty much Fantasy Footwork. Is going to be Pogo Stick. This is going to be a good badge to pretty much help you get as many blocks as possible, especially if you're a big man. So say for instance you block the CPU, they get the rebound, they try to put it back up, you can get another block. So yeah, this is going to be very important for stuff like that because you want to get as many blocks as possible. So you want those type of occurrences, you're going to be able to get as many blocks as possible. So this is going to actually help you very, very much with getting blocks. But yeah, man, that's going to be pretty much the end of this video, man. I showed you guys everything in this video. I showed you guys pretty much what it takes to get to 95 as soon as possible. You really want to be able to have whatever you have Hall of Fame, you want to grind that. Then I showed you guys the 4 different things you want to do for each different thing. And then I showed you guys how to get to 99. I even showed you guys how much I was getting. I showed you guys my overall. I showed you guys pretty much everything that you literally need to know. I even went over bad suggestions for the finishing, the shooting, the playmaking, and the defensive that make this badge method that much easier. But those aren't badges that you necessarily have to have. Let me say that again. But yeah, man, go ahead, leave a like on this video if you enjoy. Subscribe if you new, man. We got more videos coming out every single day. Turn on post notifications. Be the first at every single one of my videos. Share this video to anybody you think this would help. But yeah, man, I said I got gym rat. So if you guys want that, just go ahead, spam the like button. I got y'all with that as soon as possible. It's just that simple. But yeah, like I said, leave a like, subscribe. I really worked hard on this video, man. When it came to this this build that I grinded to 99, man, I had a build that was at 90 literally the day the game came out. I had to literally remake the build because I did the research for the takeovers, and I didn't really want to waste time grinding that 1099 when I was going to remake it. Remade the build, got it to 99 to be able to drop the video for y'all, and I gave y'all the video today. So if you haven't already, please leave a like. If you're new, drop a sub. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and I'm out there, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah! Head in the clouds, walk through the city, they taking you out. Bitches be talking, they running their mouth. A bag in the back and a stick in the couch. You know what it's about. Had to cope with all the pain, so I'm about to die, man. They say he going too fast.